Playing football is very simple, but playing simple football is one of the hardest things there is. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Athletes Podcast sponsored by Sports for Champions. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Reading and Wales footballer Lily Woodham. How are you today, Lily?
I'm good, thank you, not too bad, yeah.
Excellent to have you here. If we could start at the very beginning, as we often do, were you always athletic as a kid?
Yeah, I think, from a young age, any kind of sport I could play, I always got involved in. I used to love sports day at school, the races and stuff, and doing like the egg and spoon race and everything.
Sack race.
Sack race was the best. But yeah, always really growing up, yeah.
Were you quick?
Yeah, I always got put forward for the relay? You have to
the relay,
swap the thing, and the 100 metres. So yeah, it was me and a couple of other people, so yeah.
And when was your first sort of foray into footballing?
When I was younger, my dad and my brother used to just stick me in goal and kind of boot the ball at me, so I didn't really have a choice but to play. In school and stuff, always playing with the boys on the yard and stuff, and yeah.
But you didn't end up a goalkeeper?
No, thankfully. That was awful. I'd run away. I think I'd miss the ball every time,
Yeah, I'm not a fan myself.
No.
When did you first sort of realise that you had a bit of talent?
I think when I joined my first girls team, which was Cardiff City, one of the coaches there kind of really supported me and told me like I need to keep pushing and stuff. And then I joined the regional side, so there's the North and South Wales regionals that players kind of go to. And when I got picked for that, I had a letter through, and I was kind of like, this is that was massive for me. Yeah. So I think around then and stuff, I kind of thought, maybe I can do something with it, and it kind of just went from there.
Wow, and presumably you were already showing a bit of talent because I believe when you were a bit younger, the girls and boys mix and you played for a mixed team.
Yeah.
How was that? Do you remember much of
that? You could only play up until 12, so I was with the boys until then. And you kind of just got the same stick, like, there's a girl on the team, we're going to batter these today, and kind of the parents got involved and like, look, there's a girl on their team. So yeah, you kind of just dealt with that, but luckily all the boys I used to play with was always have my back and stuff, and if someone did anything, it was all of them against one person, so yeah, thankful for them to doing that.
I imagine you were running circles around them.
I did try. I think, growing up, luckily I just had kind of talent and stuff, I guess, to be able to compete with them, but as I got a bit older and they got a bit bigger, it was a bit tougher.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you remember what kind of player you were in your early days?
I played more forward than I do now. I think for Cardiff as well, my first girls team, I played as a winger, and I used to score quite a few goals, which is surprising now because I haven't done for a while. Quick, kind of, like using my speed and stuff really that I had back then.
Is there anyone that you looked up to in that time, sort of somebody who you'd model your style of play after? Or something like that?
I used to go home and watch Messi videos.
It's not bad.
I know.
Is it?
So I used to go home and watch him on YouTube and stuff a lot, and just kind of look at how he still is incredible. So that kind of stuff.
How are the attitudes towards girls as you move sort of into the when you're reaching the end of your sort of play mixed games?
It was weird because I didn't really know there was a girls' league. So like when I joined Cardiff, we had games every Sunday against different girls' teams, and I was like, well, like I never knew that was even a thing and stuff. But I think I enjoyed that because it felt more normal. It felt like I wasn't the odd one out. I was like, everyone was doing the same thing. Yeah.
How was the level when you went into there?
It was different because I think within my team I had quite a few girls that play still now for like top teams. So we it was us and another team that were always competing for the top, and everyone else was we'd beat 6 or 7-0 and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's awesome. So you got the letter for county.
Yeah.
When did you first realise you were going to take it professionally?
So I was there for a while, and then I went to an academy, which was like Cardiff Academy, which is then another pot of players that got picked and stuff. And then Bristol.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you trial for Cardiff?
No, so they kind of came and watched, and because I was in the regional squad and then played for Cardiff, they kind of pick out, you can come and train with us on like a Friday. So it was like once a week where you'd go and like with all the best players in like different areas and stuff. So I did that, and then someone from Bristol. Used to coach, one of the coaches coached there and Bristol. So they were kind of like, look, like we want you in our academy. Obviously I knew their team played in the top league at that time. And I was like, oh my God, like I could then filter up and stuff, which I eventually did. And I think, going across to play for Bristol and realising I could do like those kinds of things and train with the first team was, when I thought, okay.
Was that a bit of a culture shock, training with the first team for the first time?
It was crazy. Luckily, when I went to Bristol, the team they had was so like willing to help you. So they were all quite young as well, quite new and stuff. And they were so nice to me, bringing me in. I used to get bantered a lot for everything I did. You do as a younger player. Then I think I had size 7 boots, and every time I came, there's the boat feet, like everything. So they kind of like got me involved, which was really nice. It was really easy.
I think if they weren't, then that would be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, when everyone's against you, it's kind of like a bit nervous, bit shy and stuff. But luckily they were so nice to me. So
In terms of the playing level, what would you say was the steepest learning curve after you took that step up?
I think realising that like you can't. So like I used to love going out with my friends home on a Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and then be hungover on a Sunday. But when you get there and you're like, oh, like I can't do that anymore because I've got to perform Tuesday, Wednesday, like I've got to do everything I can to be the best for the game. So it's kind of flipping that and kind of going home, eating right, sleeping right, and doing all those things. Not seeing my friends as much, not doing as much as I used to be best prepared for that week kind of thing.
Is that the thing you miss the most?
I think I did. I don't anymore at all. Like I think I love football so much that I'm not really bothered about doing that kind of stuff. But back then when I was turning 17, 18 and stuff, that was like the thing that everyone did, that I kind of miss. But not anymore, no. So
I think you were about 17 when Reading got in touch. How did that come about?
So I already knew the assistant coach there because he coached me at Wales for the age groups for one camp. And they kind of were like, oh, you should come to our college. But I ended up going to Bristol. And luckily I knew one of the coaches as well. They were kind of like, look, we'll put you in the academy and stuff, but you can train with the first team and we want you around them and stuff. And I knew, obviously, my best friend was there. So I was like, ask her opinion. So she was like, yes, amazing. And it's been the best decision I've made for my career to go there,
How big a deal is that when that happens? Because I know getting your pro contract, all that things, it's huge for football.
It was massive. So I did a year there on no contract and kind of just did academy, did college and stayed there, and I loved doing it because I got to train with the massive players and stuff. But signing my first pro was the best thing ever. I remember having the conversation with Kelly. She was like, look, we're going to put you on a contract and stuff, and that was the best day. It was the best thing I've ever known.
Call your mum straight away?
Yeah, they were up straight away. I think I had signing photos and stuff a few days after. My nan, auntie, my mum, my little cousin came up, and that was it. Photos, they were buzzing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then do you remember making your debut?
Yeah, I made it against Yeovil, I think, before my contract had been signed. I think I was on, like the you just sign when you can play and stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember it was against Yeovil and I came on for Farah. And came on and played and stuff, and it was best experience for me.
That's amazing. I think Farah was a bit of a hero of yours. Can you tell us about that?
So I used to play with her before she retired and stuff, and she was just someone for me to look up to. Like she was so good in her football brain and stuff. Some of the passes she played I couldn't even see. So it was like, how have you done that? And obviously she really helped me and stuff with being confident and kind of just playing the game. Just don't worry about making mistakes and stuff. And she would always help me if I did. Look, do this next time or do this next time. So she's always been someone I've looked up to.
I think people don't realise that when you join a football club, especially coming into the first team at 17, 18, you are still kind of a child.
Yeah.
And there's so much to learn about the world. People kind of assume you should know everything about football, but there's so much to learn at that point.
Yeah.
I think you also had to move away from home as well.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
So I'm a homebody, so I love being with my family and stuff. They still live in Wales, but my mum's with me now. Moving away was just different because it's mad. My mum had always done everything for me. Like I come home, the washing's on the bed, and my bed's made, and I was so thankful. And then when I left, I was like, wow, she really did do everything for me because I moved in with my best friend, and it made it so much easier because they cooked for me. Like they did everything. to make it so easy and stuff. And she helped me a lot with like training and what I should do, what I should eat, what I should be doing and stuff with my time off. So yeah, her and her family were just the best thing I could have asked for.
What would you say the steepest learning curve was moving out of the family home?
I think just kind of keeping my room tidy.
Right.
So kind of keeping everything in shape, not like leaving stuff here, leaving like glasses for ages where I'd have like water and then the cup would be there for like another 6 months. So yeah, kind of that stuff. But yeah, it was quite easy because yeah, they helped me with stuff like washing was never that hard. You just hang it up, dry it, yeah.
Yeah. It's not as daunting as it
yeah,
looks,
when you
get
do it. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I believe it wasn't too long before Wales got in touch to come and represent them. How did that come about?
So I'd been in the age group since I was like 14, 15. I'd always gone to senior camps and stuff from a young age. So that was really like a big experience again, kind of seeing those kind of players. So yeah, when I first made my debut, it was just an incredible feeling because I'd waited so long for it to then eventually get it. It was amazing, yeah.
How did the debut go?
It was good. I scored header on my debut, so yeah, it was incredible because obviously the likes of like Jess Fishlock, Sophie Ingle, like those players were on the pitch for me, and I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. And then scoring, and then all coming up and celebrating with me, like players I've played with for ages, was just really nice. Yeah, really nice feeling.
That's incredible. Do you get many headers?
Never scored a header in my life. So yeah, they were just as shocked as me, thinking, how has she done that? I just kind of jumped and hoped for the best. Yeah,
it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Is there a big difference between international and club football?
Yeah, I think with international, obviously you don't get as much time to kind of prepare for the game. So we kind of have 2 games a camp, and you kind of have a few days in between each where you've got to prepare a game plan for this team, beat this team, and then prepare another game plan. And obviously you don't have a lot of time to rest in between because you've got to train, but then you've got to, it's crazy, I think. And obviously they're the best players from that country, so it's a completely different level of like fitness and like strength and stuff, because obviously they're all so good at their sport and they've obviously made it that far to be in the team. It's completely different, yeah.
How has your position changed? I think we touched on it earlier that you started off on the wing, as most players do. They tend to start further forward and move back little bit.
Yeah, so I'm a left back now. So it is nice. I think Reading have kind of shaped me into that player where I love playing there. Because you can do kind of a bit of both. You can kind of go forward, but yeah, responsibility is on you to defend. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it.
I was going to ask you, what kind of fullback are you?
I'd say more attacking. I like defending and stuff, but I'm not the type that's gonna. I know we've got a centre back, Gemma Evans, who slide tackles and like wins big challenges, and I'm more of like 1v1 defending and attacking minded.
So if we could, the women's game in the UK has had a huge boost. Last summer, the Euros win, obviously amazing. Yeah. We've noticed in the schools that we visit, we've noticed like a big uptake in people asking about women football. How do you see the future of the game and where it's at now?
I think obviously even with like the TV deals and stuff we had previous before the Euros was massive, the Sky deals and stuff. So we're actually visible to people that want to play, so to younger girls and stuff, they can actually see us on the telly, which is mad. And then obviously England winning the Euros just skyrocketed, then you get noticed more, like they're obviously massive in terms of how much they've done for the game. But yeah, I think even before that, like older players where they've kind of fought for the right and stuff to play. Obviously there was a massive ban for women's football for ages. So yeah, the players before that pioneering the game in terms of we can't have men's kit, like we need to have actual fit that like it can fit us and stuff. I know equal pay is not a thing, but we're on the right track to kind of doing that. So yeah,
we're seeing a big uptake in attendances, and it is starting to change, and so much more exposure in the media. Is there anything that, do you set yourself any goals, or is there anything that you're sort of working towards?
I think just keeping playing. I think I had a long spell where I didn't have a lot of game time and I was injured if I came back, and then I had to be out again. So keeping that consistent for me, week in, week out, playing 90 minutes, I think that's the best way to get better, because you see things as they are and you learn as you're doing it. I've still got a long way to go, obviously, but yeah, hopefully to aim to get to a huge club at some point, or to be like one of the best is something for me, yeah.
How does like a significant injury sort of impact you?
I think it's hard because I think obviously football is the best job in the world to so many people. Like, I'm so lucky to be in the position I'm in. But yeah, the setbacks you get and like the roller coaster you go through, and kind of you get a big injury, it's like, right, you're in the gym, you don't touch a ball, you're running, like, and you're away from the team. I think that's really hard for players to deal with. It just takes a long time to get back, and you miss just doing the thing you love doing. Yeah.
What keeps you motivated?
I think you go through stages where you're like, I can't really be bothered to even do the gym today, I don't want to run. I think obviously knowing the end goal, you'll be back doing the thing you love, and you miss it so much. I think a lot of players will agree, when you're out, you realise how much you love playing. But yeah, I think just the end goal keeps you kind of ticking over and stuff.
And then, is there anything in particular that you've really sacrificed? Obviously, there's so many big commitments.
Yeah.
Obviously, said before, missing your nights out, but obviously, like, you can't eat certain foods and things like that. Is there one thing that really sticks with you?
I think just kind of, I've obviously missed loads of like events, or like birthdays, weddings and stuff. I can't go home because I'm away, or you have to do it on a FaceTime call and stuff and say happy birthday, which I never did before. And yeah, kind of the eating stuff. I still enjoy myself. I still have nice things when I want to kind of, but still look after myself. But yeah, the amount you have to eat, I've realised, is a lot more than you should be. So like, you literally constantly have to have food or snacks, or like...
Why is it that? Because you're training so much?
Yeah, I think just energy. I've realised when I was young, I didn't eat, and I was like, why am I so tired, like all the time? But yeah, eating a lot more and keeping hydrated is so important. I've noticed anyway that you have to do.
Have you got any advice to a young person maybe thinking about a career in sport?
I think if it's something you love doing, then don't stop, because like, I think that makes everything worthwhile. The amount I love football, like the lengths I'd go to kind of be the best I can be, just because I love the game. So yeah, and I think don't anyone tell you can't do it, because I remember coaches at the boys' teams were like, we're not having her, she's a girl, like, we don't want to play with her, like, she's a girl. But I'm here where I am now, probably in a better position than most of the boys I used to play with. So it's just stick at it and make sure you just, if you love it, do it.
That's great advice. Just as a final thing, would you maybe have a practical tip that maybe a young girl thinking of starting a career in football could do? Is there anything they could do to maybe improve their skills or get their mind right?
Yeah, I think kind of you've got to kind of go out your own way, and kind of, so say for example you finish school, go to a park, and kind of, if you've not got anyone to play with, against a wall, or like watching things and then trying to do them yourself, so watching like a certain way of beating someone and then practicing that yourself, even if it's on like a pole or like something, you can always do extra little bits to make sure you're the best you can be and kind of beating everyone around you.
Brilliant. Well, I think that's great advice to end it on. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, appreciate it.
You're more than welcome, and thank you for everyone joining us at home. We'll see you again soon.